All right, time now to talk about news out of Washington, and joining us this morning is Alabama Congressman for the 6th District, Gary Palmer, in town this week for some town hall meetings. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning, Janice.
Good to see you. You were in Helena last night.
I was.
And a couple other places earlier in the week.
Yeah, I've been all over the district and all over the state since I've been here.
Well, what are you hearing from folks in your district?
Well, mostly people are pleased with what we've done. They like the tax cuts. They like the fact the economy's growing. People are working, and I think people are pretty satisfied. I think they're tired of the turmoil in Washington, and you could add me to that list.
Well, let's talk about that. I think people do, and you hear this a lot, people are living their lives. They're working. They're taking care of their children, taking care of their families, doing what they need to do, and then they hear all the turmoil that they may not be experiencing themselves. Talk about that for a moment. How do we do that and see what's going on in Washington?
Well, I get asked all the time, you know, about that, particularly within the House of Representatives, within Congress. And the thing that I point out is, well, hold on a second. We have passed, particularly in the House, we have passed major legislation. So obviously there's cooperation. We eventually get to a solution. We did it on 16 congressional review acts that dealt with burdensome regulations. We did it with the health care bill, which we passed in the House. We did it with reform of the Dodd-Frank law, which that was a huge undertaking, and then we did it with tax reform. Plus, we passed another 600 bills that have gone over to the Senate and are sitting in a drawer somewhere. I don't know what's happened to them.
Do you feel like that list of things you just listed does not get talked about a lot in the news because there is so much going on? I mean, it's out there every day. Senator John McCain passes away. It's you know, there's problems with the president, whether he speaks about the president, whether he speaks about John McCain or not, and that seems to have dominated the news. Tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, that's, you know, the old saying in the news is, if it bleeds, it leads. It's not really a controversial thing to talk about how well things are going. You've got to find something controversial to talk about. And I'm not saying you, but just the media in general. And I think the media, particularly the national media, keep things stirred up. And it distracts from the good that's going on. And you think about what's going on now, people they're paying lower taxes, they're getting paid more in their wages, their kids are coming out of school and able to get a job. We're moving in the right direction. There's a whole lot more that needs to be done, and we'll continue to do it. But the other things are what capture people's attention.